Hatsquile eich tnoyup, toitstanat quien quinchaman, sis quien sna, an wanoxton squalowin titsits. My name is Sis Weiss. My traditional name is Toitstanat, and I am co-curating the show that we're doing here at the Cityscape Gallery. And this project is focused on the Dakota Bear Sanctuary. For the Squamish Olchimeo, it is known as Stelkaya, and it's at the very edge of the small sliver of what's left of this ancient forest. And this ancient forest has been there since the Ice Age.
I'd like to acknowledge that we're on the unceded territories of the Squamish and the Tsleil-Waututh people and thank them so much for their generosity of spirit as we journey through community together. This exhibition is all about ancient forests and the relationship of the Squamish people to those forests and how important they are to all of us. So we've got some beautiful examples of how the Squamish people have interacted and used cedar over time immemorial, including the strips that they take off of the trees, which we have a lovely video that you can see of Tracy Williams doing that work in the forest that we will be able to show you when you come to the exhibition. We're very lucky to have a film called Sanctuary as part of this exhibition. It's going to be really a special experience, so I encourage you to come down.
What we have behind us here is a 360 projection dome of an immersive forest experience. And our goal with this was to help people who may not be able to go into that forest and experience it for themselves to come as close as they can to the experience of being in this magical ancient forest. We want people to understand the difference between a true ancient forest like this and a human-made tree farm, which is what follows a clear cut today.
There are black bears that live throughout Stelkaya, throughout the Dakota Bear Sanctuary in particular, and we get to actually go for a little tour inside one of the amazing large hollowed-out standing cedars that black bears are denning in.
These giant ancient cedars that surround this area will not last forever if we do not take care.
Less than 1% of our forest base holds high productivity old growth forests. Once they're gone forever, and that has a really detrimental effect on the climate, on our watersheds, our clean water, our clean air, on indigenous peoples and their cultural practices, and on the wildlife that call these places home.
Put it very bluntly, there is 1/3 of the natural world left on this planet, and a majority of that is through the Americas. And specifically here on the Pacific Northwest coast, we are so fortunate to have probably 1/3 of that third. And it's not just our beautiful forests that our community has saved in our land claims decisions and fights, but it's looking at ancient forests, old growth forests, and looking at the current cutting blocks out there. My hope is that through our community learning about Stelkaya, is that our people will be able to stand up and have a voice together and say how important it is that we allow this sliver of a forest to remain intact for centuries ahead for our young ones. White my thoughts.